Welcome back to another episode of Behind the Game. As always, I'm your host, Grace Mott, and I'm joined today by Malcolm Day and Travis Reed. The Griffins are now 6-9 in the conference. They play again on Saturday, February 14th against Caldwell at Caldwell. Now, Malcolm, Travis, tell us a little bit about yourselves.
First, I would just like to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I'm a transfer junior. I major in psychology, and I'm a small forward on the team.
My name is Travis Reed Jr. I'm a sophomore here at Chestnut Hill College, and I'm a MCOM major, and my position is point guard and shooting guard.
Okay, well, like you said, Malcolm, you just transferred here, and Travis, this is your sophomore year. What has this year meant to you guys so far as you guys are now midway through the season?
It really means a lot, just to be here. I'm really blessed to be at a place like Chestnut Hill because it's very family oriented. And, the guys, our basketball team, our teammates, we really get along well. So it really means a lot. It really means, it's personal to me because, not everyone gets an opportunity like this. So I really value it with everything I have.
Yeah, kind of just going off what Malcolm said, just being able to appreciate, what we have. Not a lot of people get to this position. And, every day you just got to, you pray for, times like this and, you're able to be in it and just enjoy it as much as you can because you won't have it for long. So you just enjoy it while you're here.
Yeah, and like you said, Chestnut Hill is very tight and family oriented. With that, you guys are one of the only teams that spend the entire Christmas break here. What is that like, and has that brought you guys way closer as a team?
I would say it's very good for a basketball player because it really allows you to really lock in and be the best version of yourself because it's like you don't have a lot of distractions within, environments or whatever. And it really helps you to bond with your teammates because it's just y'all, you feel me? When you wake up, it's just you guys, you go work out, you go lift weights, you guys have a good time, we eat, sleep, we do everything together. So it really makes us bond and get it helps on the court too, just playing with each other, we can gel, things like that.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a big part. I feel like a lot of us are sacrificing family time. Yeah. We got guys that are from, everywhere. So, you understand that people have to sacrifice not being with family. And, you just enjoy, being with your teammates, being able to eat together, whether that's watching film, whether that's at practice, whether that's, in the locker room, just having our little small talks. It's enjoyable. You enjoy the moments and it's pretty good.
Well, this season has been a little rough for you guys. You guys have experienced a lot of injuries now. Brennan is in a face mask, Ivy in his knee, you have your lower back. What has that been like, and how's the team shaping up and trying to maneuver those and get around those injuries?
It's been tough a little bit, but it's nothing that, we can't handle. We always are constantly going through adversity, but one thing about us is we come with the same energy every day. We come with the same work ethic every day. Whether one guy might be hurt the next day, we still feel their presence in practice. So it's really we're just all waiting for everybody to get healthy.
I think it's a good opportunity for Malcolm and, for our younger guys just to adapt to the adversity that we have. I feel like that would just make us stronger as a team, honestly. Everybody's getting their shot. Everybody's getting, the fear out of just being out there. Even our younger guys, we got Jeremiah playing very well. So, even our younger guys are getting, adapted to the system. So then by the time next year everybody's good and healthy, we'll just be rolling.
Yeah, that sounds good. What does it mean to you guys to be a student athlete? I ask this all the athletes that come on here. What's that day-to-day balance between lift, games, practices, classes, and then now you're doing PT for your lower back? How do you guys manage that work ethic?
I'll probably say just, every day is a challenge. You got to wake up and mentally be prepared for each day. Whether that's, going to class at you have an 8 a.m. or 9:30, or you have class at 4 o'clock. You gotta, you gotta always be, prepared for the day. Practice sometimes, you dread it, but, you got to do it because, it's beneficial for yourself. And, just for me, just being able to, work everything out. My PT is, 3 times a week. So, it's mentally challenging sometimes because some days you wake up and you're like, I don't know if I want to do it today, but you got to force yourself to do those things because in the long run, it'll help you out.
Yeah, I would say it's a grind, man. Waking up every day, especially having to go out and basically kind of do your job and be expected to perform well on a day-to-day basis, whether it's in the classroom or on the court. Like, it's definitely a grind, but it's something that we all sign up for, and it's very enjoyable because, you know, like going through times like these really makes you into the person who you are and for like your future or whatever. And I feel like just with going through that, it really does help us in the long run.
Mm-hmm. I really do think it's beneficial, like having that team, because they're all going through the same thing too, so it makes it even better. Well, before we go, here's a quick update on the rest of the Griffins and their season. The women's basketball team is 10-5 in the conference right now. Their next game will be against Caldwell University on Saturday, February 14th. The women's bowling team is 3-7 in the conference. Their next set of matches isn't until February 28th and March 1st. Also, our spring sports are beginning to start their seasons. Men's and women's lacrosse both had scrimmages earlier this week and will have another tomorrow, February 14th. Men's and women's track and field, again, take the track this Saturday, the 14th, at the Widener Indoor Classic for their last indoor meet of the season. As always, thank you for joining me on today's episode. I hope you guys join me next week when I interview the bowling team members, Jess Bowling and Taylor Graham, for the last episode of Winter Coverage.